All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. I know he's not looking for any special recognition, but I've got to give a shout out to my man Isle Sabag, who came through with the super thanks again. And man, I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Very generous. I'm so glad you get something out of this channel. My friend, I really appreciate it very much. I've been hearing a lot of chatter, like I always do in the comments. Not sure why, where all the hate's coming from all of a sudden, the venom. But that's fine. I'll deal with them one by one. In this video here, what I'm going to talk about here is road success in the playoffs. And specifically what I'm going to talk about is the best 10-game road stretch of my top 25, all right? Now, what I'm looking at is Michael Jordan went through a finals stretch, of winning 9 out of 10 road games. Now, again, that's not over the same season. It's not the same playoffs. This is over several years. In the 91 finals, the Bulls, they were 1-1 in Chicago. Then they went to LA and they won 3 straight. When they played Portland, in Portland, the Bulls won 2 out of 3. So that puts them at 5-6, or 5 out of 6. Then they won all 3 against Phoenix. That puts them at 8-1. And then they won the first road game against Seattle in '96, making them 9-1. 9 out of 10 road finals games. Unheard of. And I know people, their team was so stacked. The competition wasn't very good. Like, give me a freaking break. I mean, they beat, Magic Johnson. Swept him at home in 3 games. They beat Portland 2 out of 3, who was the best team in the West, number 1 seed. 93, best team in the NBA, Phoenix. They beat them all 3 in Phoenix. I mean, these are great feats. Seattle, a 64-win team who swept Houston, who was the 2-time defending champions, and beat Utah in 7 in West Conference Finals, the team that wins the West the next 2 years. So to go 9-1 in any 10-game final stretch is just unbelievable. Now, I looked up my top 25. Forget about the finals, because some of these guys haven't even played 10 finals games. Just playoff games, just regular playoff games. How'd they do in their best 10-game road stretch? This one actually took quite a bit of research, but that's okay. 25, Nikola Jokic. His best run, he won 7 out of 10 road games, and that was from the 2023 Western Conference semifinals versus Phoenix to the 2024 Western Conference semifinals versus Minnesota. I believe they won, 2 road games in a row or something. Anyway, 7 out of 10. That's his best. Now, he's got plenty of time to go, but 7 out of 10 in the road in the playoffs, not the finals. Giannis, his best is 6 out of 10 from 2021 Eastern Conference Finals versus Atlanta through 2022 Eastern Conference semifinals versus Boston. He won 6 out of 10 road games. Elgin Baylor, 7 out of 10. 1968 West Finals versus San Francisco through the 69 Western Conference Finals versus Atlanta. Number 22, David Robinson. He won 8 out of 10. 1998 Western Conference semifinals against Utah through the 99 finals versus the Knicks. Number 21, Bob Pettit, 5-5. 5 out of 10. 1958 Western Conference Finals versus Detroit through the 1960 Western Conference Finals versus the Lakers. Number 20, Kevin Durant. Even on a super team, his best stretch is 8 out of 10. 2017 first round versus Portland through 2018 first round versus San Antonio. Number 19, Karl Malone, 5 out of 10. He always had tough schedules. 1998 first round versus Houston through 1999 first round versus Sacramento. Kevin Garnett, 6 out of 10, was actually 2010 first round versus Miami through the 2010 finals versus the Lakers. They won 6 out of 10. Number 17, George Mikan, 7 out of 10. 1949, first round versus the Chicago Stags through the 1950 finals versus Syracuse. Oscar Robertson, 7 out of 10. Steph Curry, the same exact one as Kevin Durant. His best was 8 out of 10. Moses Malone's best, 8 out of 10. Jerry West's best, 7 out of 10. Dr. J, the same as Moses, 8 out of 10. So far, numbers 12 through 25, Jordan did better in the finals than any of these guys did at any point in their playoff career. I find that remarkable. Number 11, LeBron James. He did win. He matched it at 9 out of 10. He won the last 2 road games of the 2016 finals. That would include the Draymond Green suspension game, but whatever. And goes through the 2017 finals versus Golden State. In there, they beat Indiana in the first round, 2 games. They beat Toronto 2 games and beat Boston 3 games. So that gives him 9 out of 10. It was actually 9 in a row, but he lost before the 9 and he lost after the 9. So either way, he would have lost. But the competition is maybe the weakest on this whole list, at least for this streak. Incredibly weak. Other than the Golden State in 16, even though they were missing Draymond Green and Andrew Bogut and Curry was hobbled up, but whatever. Number 10, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe both won 10 straight road games, which is the only people that actually outdid Michael Jordan. And they won in 2001 first round versus Portland through the 2002 Western Conference semifinals versus San Antonio. They won all 10 road games in a row. Incredible. Tim Duncan, he won 8 out of 10 from 06 through 07. Hakeem Olajuwon won 8 out of 10 from the 95 second round through the 96 first round. Wilt Chamberlain, the best he ever did was 6 out of 10. 72 first round through 73 second round. Larry Bird, 7 out of 10. 81 first round versus Chicago through 82 first round versus Washington. Kareem, 9 out of 10. That would have been Magic 2. 1980 Western Conference Finals through the 82 Finals versus Philly. Game 1, I guess. And then Bill Russell, 8 out of 10. That's his best. 66 conference semifinals through the 67 conference semifinals. Won 8 out of 10 road games. And Michael Jordan, aside from the finals, just did regular in the playoffs, he's got a 9 out of 10 too. In 1991, first round versus the Knicks, he won that game. Then they split with Philly, actually, in the semifinals, so that would get them to 2-1. They beat Detroit in both. That's 4-1. They beat the Lakers, all 3 in the finals, getting them to 7-1. And then in 92, in the first round, they won their only road game. And then in the semifinals in 92 against the Knicks, the Bulls did win game 1 at New York. I think game 3, at New York. So they do have Jordan does have a 9 out of 10 in just the regular playoffs. But he had a better than almost the only players on my top 25 that was 9 out of 10 or better was LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Kareem, and Magic. That's it. That's the only people that actually matched what Jordan did you could just say in the playoffs. That's fine. Now, when you go to the finals, now I don't have everybody, but I got mostly everybody. Okay, the best 10-game road stretch in their finals career. Okay? So nobody's going to convince me that Michael Jordan had the best team ever, like teammates, the highest level. I did a video yesterday showing it's not close. He had average at best supporting cast. Somebody brought up about, you did a video and said that, all those Bulls guys were good, and now you're saying they're not good. No, what I'm saying is, in that team, the 94 Bulls, they were deep, but also they were different, not the same. In 1992, John Paxson was a starter, okay? In 93, he's hitting the finals winning shot. Now, he was off the bench, but whatever. He hit that in 93 at Phoenix in Game 6. But in 94, he was relegated to the fourth or fifth guard on the team. He was getting beat out by B.J. Armstrong and Pete Myers, were your starting guards. Steve Kerr was third in minutes played, actually fourth in minutes played on the whole team, if you look it up. And then in fourth place was Paxson, getting one more minute a game than JoJo English. So Paxson's best, years were behind him in 94. But they had better players ahead of him. They had Pete Myers, they had Steve Kerr, they had all these other guys. But anyway, off topic, and Bill Cartwright, another guy. He started out averaging like 12 points a game or whatever when he first got to the Bulls. By the time he was done in 93, he was averaging 5.6 points a game. All right. And then in 94, they could see he wasn't going to make it, so they traded and got Luke Longley. They already got Bill Wennington at the beginning of the year, and they already had Will Perdue. They had 4 centers. So, anyway, Bill Russell's best 10-game road final stretch was 7 out of 10 from 62 through 66. Wilt Chamberlain's best 10-game road final stretch was 4 out of 10, 4 and 6, 1967 through 72. Oscar Robertson, he only ever played 5 road games ever. He was 4 and 1. That's great, but so really he's 4 and 6 if you're looking at 10 because he didn't play them all. I mean, however you want to look at that, but he only played 5. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he won 6 out of 10 was his best. So that would have been 71, 74, 1980, and 1982. To play 10 road finals games, you're going to have to play it over 3 or 4 different finals, most likely at least 4. Then you got Dr. J. His best, 3 out of 10. That was his best. I don't even think he played much more than that. Magic Johnson's best was 4 out of 10 because the competition was so tough, even though his team was so stacked. Larry Bird, same thing, tough to win on the road in the 80s, 4 and 6. And then you got John Havlicek, 5 and 5. The great John Havlicek on all those great Boston teams, 5 and 5. Russell actually came in before Havlicek, so that's why he's got the better record at 7 and 3. You got Akeem Olajuwon, who only ever played 8 road finals games, 3 and 5. But, he was playing at Boston, the toughest place to play in the history of the NBA, was 3 of those losses. So the ones he played at New York and at Orlando, well, he was 3 and 2 against those teams, just a regular good finals teams. But you playing an insane juggernaut, the best home team of all time, 49 and 1, 86 Celtics, a little tougher to win. But whatever, he was 3 and 5. He never even played 10. Isaiah Thomas, he only played 9 road games. Pretty good record at 6 and 3. Shaq, 6 and 4. Kobe, 6 and 4. The same stretch, 2000 through 2002, and also 04. 6 and 4. That's the record. Tim Duncan, he has got a pretty good one. His best 10 road final stretch was 7 and 3, but he was playing the 99 Knicks, the 03 Nets, the 05 Pistons, which, they were a pretty good team. Definitely the best one he played out of these 4. And then 07 Cleveland. I mean, just a joke. He ran right over him. LeBron James, he's played 55 total finals games. I know he played 6 of them on a neutral court, but he either had an even or losing record in all 9 of his finals. That's a fact. Look that up. In 07, he was 0-2 against San Antonio. In 11, he lost 2 out of 3 in Dallas. In 12, he split with OKC. 2013, lost 2 out of 3 at San Antonio. 2014, lost all 3 versus San Antonio. In 2015, lost 2 out of 3 against Golden State. 2016, split 2-2. 2017, lost all 3. And then 2018 lost both. So he, like I said, either had a losing record or he split twice. That was the best he did in 2012 and 2016. So maybe that's what it came down to. He couldn't win on the road. Maybe that had a lot to do with it. Not consistently. But yeah, 4 out of 6 out of all those road finals playoff games, 4 out of 10 was his best stretch, which was from 2012 through 2015. All right, Kevin Durant. He only ever played 7 road finals games, 3 and 4. Steph Curry, another guy, great team, blah, blah, blah. 7 and 3. That's what it is. And that's tied with Duncan and Russell for the best so far. Dirk Nowitzki, 2 and 4. Moses Malone was only 3 and 2. He only played 5. Rick Barry, 3 and 2. He only played 5. Jerry West and Elgin Baylor, they were 4 and 6 on the road. And then I got Willis Reed and Walt Frazier, because I know they were in a lot of finals games in the early 70s. They were 4 and 5. So it's tough to win on the road in the finals. What can you say? But Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, like I said, from Game 3 of the 91 finals through Game 3 of the 96 finals, won 9 out of 10 road finals games. Period. Now, if you believe that Michael Jordan had the best supporting cast of all time and the competition was the weakest of all time, even if you believe that, which it's not even close, Michael Jordan did unbelievably. I mean, I look at Tim Duncan as a perfect example. He won 7 out of 10. The 99 Knicks, give me the team the Bulls played in the finals that were that the 99 Knicks were better than. Can you think of any? There's no way. I think the weakest team that they played, I don't know, but it's probably going to be because Worthy was injured, maybe the 91 Lakers, but they could have given them problems. But probably them. The 92 Portland was actually a really good team. I know people point to them because, they only got one Hall of Famer and a bunch of role players. That team was filled with all-stars, all of them. Kevin Duckworth was a multiple-time all-star. Danny Ainge made an all-star. Clifford Robinson made an all-star in all defenses. Terry Porter, multiple all-stars. Buck Williams, multiple all-stars, all-NBA, multiple all-defenses. That's 5 guys right there, and I believe Jerome Kersey never did, but he was actually giving the Bulls some issues in that series. And, of course, Clyde Drexler, a top 75 player. So Portland was a good team. They were tough. But even if so, how about the 03 Nets? Do you think they were better than the 91 Lakers or 92 Trailblazers? I don't. Would they win 49 games? Please. How about the 05 Pistons? Pretty good team. You might make a case for they were close to where Portland was in 92, maybe. And they took San Antonio 7 games. 07 Cleveland, please. We all know that's junk. But anyway, there is no other player, top 75 or anywhere else you're going to find, who has played 10 road finals games and has even won 8 out of 10, let alone 9 out of 10. I mean, to me, that's pretty insane, to tell you the truth. And actually, at one point, they won 5 straight. They won 4 in a row and 5 in a row with a 1 loss in the middle in a game they could have won. They had a lead and lost. That was Game 4 at Portland. But again, it's just remarkable stuff. Nobody talks about this kind of stuff. 9 out of 10 road games. Just one more thing, and Michael Jordan and the Bulls were better than everybody else. And this wasn't, the 72 and 10 and the 69 and 13 Bulls. I mean, for one game, yes, the 96 Game 3. But it was the first three-peat Bulls. It was the, never even been to the finals before in 91. And they're winning their first 3 finals road games ever. And then, Portland, which turned out to be a pretty good series, it was tied 2-2. And then, the Bulls won Game 5, and then, of course, Game 6, which they were losing in. They had to come back to win that. Pretty good team there. But, the Bulls in 93 won 57 games. They were the 2 seed. The Knicks were the higher seed in that year. So, again, people are just doing so much of trying to put down Michael Jordan. But these facts need to come to the surface and, kind of need to be shouted from the rooftops. No other player, a Scottie Pippen too, but that's it. Pippen and Jordan, because it was a different team from 96 through the first three-peat. But those 2 guys won 9 out of 10 road games in the finals. Incredible. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. As usual, thanks for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. I got a lot more of this kind of stuff to come. And that's it for now.